Welcome back, hunters, to another episode of Bloodborne. Today we are going to take care of Mergo's wet nurse. So I did a little bit of research to validate things that I'm believing about Mergo, um, or Mergo's wet nurse, and the presence of the Sumerian queen downstairs. So I want you guys to kind of notice that when we fought Rom the Vacuous, that was the first time we see the Sumerian queen. She appears, and it's after that point that we start hearing the cries of the baby. So apparently, this baby that's in here, like they said, when the blood moon descends, a surrogate basically takes the place of the baby, or takes the place of a great one's child, and the great one's basically impregnated the Pthumerian queen, and like we know through her was how we gain knowledge of the old blood. So the baby is actually Mergo. This is just a wet nurse, and it is a great one. That is confirmed. It's weird because it doesn't have a goddamn face. And we'll get into the lore after I finish battling her. The battle is, oh shit. You know what I did? Oh no. Okay, there it goes. Bolt paperwork is really great against Mergo. Um, it works really good. Don't be afraid to to end up behind Mergo is where you're trying to go, and don't be afraid to go into her attacks. Like literally, it's it's best that you go into her attacks instead of trying to go away. Damn it! So she'll do that quite a bit, where she's gonna disappear from you. Be careful when she summons this fade. Um, you're gonna end up with these guys chasing after you and trying to hit you. Just keep running because they're just gonna keep appearing behind you. Um, just kind of wait for the fog to kind of dissipate, and then you can get back on your attacks with her. I just usually just run around in a circle. It it usually takes like a minute. If you want to, you can attack her inside here. It's not. Damn, caught me. Nothing preventing you from attacking her inside here. Bolt paperwork is really. Damn, he caught me. Bolt paperwork is really good against her. Gets her in the stun lock animation. So if you want to use that. Oh damn. Bolt paperwork is good. If you have poison. Damn it, where'd she go? If you have poison, she is really easy to poison. Damn, she caught me. Poison works really great against her. Like I said, she's not a hard battle at all, to be honest with you guys. She's probably, like Amygdala, she's probably one of the easiest ones. Don't worry about this. The game's not breaking on you if you hear this. Literally, we're waiting for the baby to be silenced. The baby actually does die there. The baby is dead. And I want you to notice you get the Nightmare Slain message instead of the normal Prey Slaughtered. And we actually receive another piece, the 1/3 of the umbilical cord. Take a look at that item now. Alright, so here we go. And you notice it's the same as the other one, the one that we receive here. So it says the same exact thing. What we're going to do is we're going to light this lamp, but we're not going to use it to go back. I want to go downstairs so that way you guys get a piece of the lore, another piece of the lore as well. So when we met Rom the Vacuous, after we kill I'm going to call Rom is a great one. So after we kill Rom, the Sumerian queen appears. It's kind of telling because the Sumerian queen appears in at that point in the game when you are realistically fighting your very first great one, or you should be if you're going along that path. You're fighting the very first great one that you're going to encounter, and she appears. Um, when she appears, it's almost like in thankfulness. She's so you start hearing the baby cry, and it's almost like in essence, a way for you to go about and carry this revenge because they took her baby from her and because they wanted another great one. So if you come out here now after the battle, she bows to you and then disappears. It's almost like she's saying thank you. We quieted her baby and you don't hear the baby screams anymore. The baby is actually the source of the nightmare as well. So I don't know why the nightmare doesn't dissolve once we're still here, but that's a bit of a note for you right there as well. So I wanted to show you more about I wanted to show you kind of more what was going on, like the features of what was going on with the Sumerian Queen. Oh, but I didn't get a chance to. This is something I did know without research. If you kind of look at her, she resembles a certain someone. She resembles Ariana the prostitute. Which might be a reason why Della has such a problem with her because she kind of looks like her. Um, and pretty much it would be the Thumerian Queen who gave them the power of the blood and those against. So we're back inside the Hunter's Dream, and I want you to notice that all of a sudden, what the fuck? Our church is on fire. Our healing workshop is just set ablaze. Set ablaze. Oh, didn't have an oh, no, I do. Cool, cool, cool. Or do we want to level up our weapons? No. Nah, not really that interested in that. Not quite that interested in this either, but oh well. I think we'll be able to get this one up as well. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. So it's an interesting turn of events there because kind of getting more to the story, and there's definitely more that needs to happen here before we finish. So let's take our happy asses back to Cathedral Ward. I think this should happen now. So you've defeated Mergo's wet nurse. Did I go to Cathedral Ward? I hope I did. I hope I did. And you kind of get the feeling that that the Sumerian queen, her name is Yarnum. I'm just gonna call her Yarnum. Yarnum was happy with. She was very pleased at the fact that you quieted her baby, you ceased the nightmare, and you defeated one of the great ones that killed her baby. So she's thankful for it. We also get 1/3 of the umbilical cord, which makes 3/3 of the umbilical cord. So yeah, okay, there it goes. So now I want you to notice as well that Ariana is no longer here. She is missing. This chick is still sitting here and she's going fucking cuckoo. I don't think he says anything new.
Oh, the old girl?
Yeah, there you go.
Girl you sent over. She's dead.
Killed stone dead.
Killed, stone dead. Why? Must have been a beast, right? Or do you think someone out there could have...
I just don't know.
I just don't... Oh... Well... I do know.
It's my fault.
It's my fault. Oh my...
Nah, it's not your fault, homie. Calm down.
Was it a beast? Or could someone from outside have come in and...
Nobody came from her. So he doesn't understand what the hell happened to the old lady, and I didn't really understand what the hell happened to her either. I don't think anybody came inside. It's a possibility. So I want you to notice after you beat Mergo's wet nurse, Ariana's missing, and if you look on the floor, this is blood. At least it's supposed to be blood. So we're gonna follow the blood trail. See if we can't find Ariana, prostitute. So make your way down the stairs, I believe she's down here. Yep. And we are now in the sewers beneath the church. And look what you see. What's that on the ground? Look at that.
It can't be. This is a nightmare.
So Ariana's been driven mad because she's given birth, and this is why she's been in pain. She's given birth to this great one. The question is, how did she give birth to that great one? How was that? How was the baby implanted in her? So you can leave her be if you want to, but I'm gonna let you know I'm gonna kill this goddamn baby, and you only get one choice. The reason why I'm killing the baby is because you get another piece of the umbilical cord from her, and but be careful because when you kill the baby, she will die as well. So make that choice. But she's just driven with grief anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference. You also pick up Ariana's shoes as well from there. So let's see. I don't think this one says any different than any of the other ones either, to be honest with you. Yeah, see, they all, or do they? Precipitated encounter with the pale moon. This one said, you know what? They do say something different. Every great one loses his child. Every great one loses a child and then yearns for a surrogate. The Odeon, the formless great one, is no different. To think it was corrupted blood that began this eldritch liaison. Aha! There we go. Okay, so it did say something different. I apologize about that. And then we had this one right here from the Menzies, where we Mergo's wet nurse. Every great one loses a child and yearns for a surrogate. This cord granted Menzies audience with Mergo, but resulted in a stillbirth of their brains, used to gain insight. So, what we basically have from the story with these umbilical cords is that you get the understanding that when the great ones came down, they pretty much impregnated Yarnum. Yarnum baby was taken away from her after it was born, pretty much the same way you just saw Ariana's. And in that process, the great ones went about doing everything that they did in Yarnum that we fought against, or that began the hunt. But Yarnum's blood was originally corrupted because she gave birth to this great one, and that was the blood that she gave to the people to the school of Bergenworth. And giving them that blood, she gave them corrupted blood, which awakened things inside of them. It was almost like, you know what, well, we took the blood, but in order to take that blood from the great ones, where we had these hybridized kids being born, or these surrogate babies being born, we gained an evolution that we weren't yet meant to have, that our minds just really did not understand. As the school of Menzies, quite, they end up experiencing. That's why they were all dead. They had these cages on them, and they used this umbilical cord in order to make contact with Mergo's wet nurse, who was also a great one. And instead of gaining enlightenment through that, they all died. They all got stuck in a goddamn nightmare, along with Mikolash. And however, you get Willem, who finds out the great secret is that in order to reach this next level of evolution for humans, you actually have to seek the inside, or you have to actually understand what it is that you're exploring. You have to have some level of intelligence about you in order to see the world as others do not. So when you do that and you gain the insight that's going on, like I have 41 insight, or you gain the eyes that are on the inside, then you're dealing with a different level of, I don't know if I want to buy any of this stuff. Then you're dealing with a different level of understanding that's kind of beneficial to you. By the way, this is now available. This Rose Marinus is available to you inside here, and it's a really goddamn good flame sprayer if you guys want to use those. So consider using a 60,000 freaking 60,000 blood echoes. So you can imagine it is good. I did decide I am gonna build a Chicago a blood tinge build. Maybe I'll do some videos of that, but it'll probably be no commentary of me just running around. I kind of want to do it as a test, so we'll see. But back to the lore. So you get that idea, and then what you have is if you can look at Yarnum and you can look at Ariana, you kind of get this resemblance. They both kind of look alike, and there's the notion that maybe she is the descendant of Yarnum, and maybe that's the reason why she was impregnated. Like you see, it says on here. You know what I forgot to do? Yeah, I did forget to do that. I want to do it. I'm gonna go back to Cathedral Ward. We're at the end of the game, so anything that you need to take care of inside the game needs to be taken care of now at this point. I don't know that they fixed it, but literally once you go have a showdown with, uh, there's a couple of endings here, and I'll explain them right now. You can choose to eat those or use those umbilical cords. You need to use three of them. And if you use those umbilical cords, they're going to give you insight. And they're going to give you insight into the cosmos, knowledge that everybody else had been seeking. And that will enable you to get the true ending to the game. Otherwise, you will go meet Gehrman to talk to him about the. So she's driven mad right now. The reason why I came back is because I'm going to kill her. You there's no reason really to kill it except for I wanted to. No, you pick up that rune, the Odin Wraith, and I do that quite frequently in the games. Is kill people at the or in any game really. If I finish it off, I'll just go by. Maybe I'm just fucking sick and twisted, but I'll kill people. Where's my rune at? There it goes. Odin Wraith, a liaison rune. Visceral attacks restore quicksilver bullets. So I want you guys to notice this one. A cow rune that transcribes inhuman sounds. A ride sees a subtle mucus in the warmth of blood and acknowledges visceral attacks as one of the dark hunter techniques. Visceral attacks restore quicksilver bullets. Human or no, the oozing blood is a medium of the highest grade and the essence of the formless great one, Odin. I think that's how you say it. Odin. I don't know how you say it. Both Odin and his inadvertent worshippers surreptitiously seek the precious blood. So that's kind of important because if you go back over here to one of the umbilical cords right here, this one right here, it tells you every great one loses his child and yearns for a surrogate. And Odin, the formless great one, is no different. To think it was corrupted blood that began this eldritch liaison. So what you have basically been doing throughout the game is creating a liaison with a different god, or Odin, the formless one, the formless great one, and in that process, that's how everybody became corrupted. You don't really understand that you were speaking to someone else who was actually speaking through you, through the blood. And Odin was basically looking to have a child. So, and I find it interesting that I don't think we ever meet Odin in the game. I don't know if that's going to be some DLC that's coming down later down the road. But there's some really interesting lore inside the video. And like I said, there's guys that do lore videos a lot better than I do. Batchavidya, Epic Name Bro. Those are two of the guys I usually default to for my knowledge of the game. And bar none, in my opinion, those guys they're the best. As far as I'm concerned, you're not going to find any guys better at understanding what's going on inside the world of Bloodborne or any Dark Souls games like they are. They're good, man. They're great. I love watching their videos, especially Vachavidya. He has some videos that they're called the Prepare to Cry edition right now, and they are amazing. To be honest with you, I really like watching his videos for lore. I wanted to get that last level in. Yeah. Channel these blood echoes. There we go. So I didn't quite make it in my playthrough to get where I wanted to, which was the 50 strength and then 40. I wanted to be at 50 strength, 40 vitality, and 30 endurance when I ended this game, but I didn't. Oh well, not a biggie. Not a biggie at all. Um, so yeah, there's a bit of lore here in this game, and you kind of want to focus on that. So this is the last bit of the game right here, and I'll kind of save that for another video. It's our battle with Gehrman and our 3 different endings. So I'll even explain again in that video what it is exactly that you're getting yourself into. You either can swallow the 3 umbilical cords, which will give you, I believe, is the true ending to the game. I won't tell you what the true ending is. You can not swallow those 3 things, and when you meet Gehrman, he's going to ask you whether or not you want to wake up or whether you want to stay in a dream. You can wake up and you will be in another world. Uh, they're really good endings, but there's 3 of them, and it's basically depending on your question, your answer to him, yes or no, and then choose to fight him, and you basically get your what you call it. I don't think I have any of the other endings. The great, I already have the ending for the great one, so trying to decide. Uh, that is the best sentence, so I'm going to do it with that one since this is my video. I'll do the Chicago ending, and I'll do something else. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, have fun.